Yeah, what have you been watching, Will?
I've been watching a lot of X-Files lately because I've just
nice.
I finished Stranger Things. I watched it 20.
You were in the mood to keep watching.
Have you watched the new season yet?
Of X-Files?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. The little miniseries?
The last season.
The last,
yeah.
the last 6 episodes?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a good episode in that, I thought.
I thought there was a couple.
The Kolchak episode.
That was the best one.
That was amazing.
Obviously, that was the best one. That felt like classic X-Files.
No, that felt like
that
season 4, 5, and 6 X-Files.
Yeah.
Because that's when they got
comedic
and they got really, really weird with everything.
Right.
Oh, with the episode with Kumail Nanjiani and the guy from that episode was the best.
Yeah,
Flight of the Conchords
right,
and what's the What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes, that's the
so
one.
good.
It was the dude got bit by
that was
a
hilarious.
human.
Yeah. he got bit by a human. He turned
He got
into a human.
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Pitch It Movie Podcast. I'm Peter Bune.
I'm Sean King.
Will,
And
wake
I'm
up.
Will Puntarich.
There he is. What's going on? And today we have
guest.
a very special guest. Who's here, guest?
Introduce yourself.
This is Ken Hanley from Fangoria. How is everybody?
What's going on, Ken?
Everyone's doing well right now.
Thank you for
Everybody
coming on.
Spooky.
Spooky.
For Halloween.
And
that
today
time
is
of year.
Halloween.
Is it actually Halloween?
It's
time?
October 31st.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
so
What are you
quickly.
guys doing today? What did you guys do over the weekend, or
What
what
do
do
you
you
mean
plan
for
on doing for Halloween?
Haunted house stuff. Always.
You're doing haunted house stuff all month long.
All month long.
Or
I'm doing-
the month is over now.
No, it doesn't stop for me.
It doesn't
I
stop.
have stuff planned out in November
You live
and
a
December.
haunted house
365?
lifestyle.
Yeah, you make a decent penny doing haunted houses if you do it the right way and in the right place. You make a pretty
You
penny.
still have yet to do it the right way, then. Just kidding.
funny.
I'm doing my favorite Halloween activity, raking leaves.
I actually love raking leaves.
Do you
Very
really?
zen. Very zen.
fucking
Therapeutic, yeah, zen.
Very
zen,
thin.
yeah.
Very, very.
It's very
therapeutic.
thin. It's very
Zen.
zen. It's very thin.
Getting
So,
old.
Ken, what do you usually do for Halloween time?
Usually either haunted house stuff. Normally I work on weekends, so writing, keeping up with the grind. Otherwise, though, for the Halloween season, try catching as much scary movies as I can, or haunted attractions, escape rooms, everything. Just try to get as much horror shit as we can in the time that we have.
Hell yeah. Because, once November 1st hits,
Exactly. It's just not the same.
It's not
It's
the same,
Thanksgiving
man.
season.
like, even the Count Chocula doesn't taste the same.
Bullshit.
You know? It doesn't,
Bullshit.
man.
No, it doesn't.
No,
No, it
that I'm serious. That hard ends on, like, October 31st for
It
some
does.
reason, man.
But it starts at the end of November.
That's true. It does start earlier.
Oh, end of September.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, it starts, that's true.
I got a question for everybody.
Yo.
Halloween parties that take place on November 1st, what do you think?
No way.
No,
Nah.
totally
Nah.
fair. Totally
I
fair.
don't think
November
so.
1st
I
is
think bullshit.
a Tuesday.
But like, let's say if it's a weekend where Halloween
Yeah.
is on a Friday
Nope.
and they're having their Halloween party on November 1st.
It's got to be beforehand. It's got to be
Exactly.
beforehand, man.
So the weekend's
Yeah.
when people will be getting Halloweeny.
Will's like, nah.
No.
It could be in November.
Here's why.
Bullshit.
Because Samhain happens at 12 midnight and
Yeah.
runs into November 1st. So that's when Halloween really.
I know
is.
it's All Hallows Eve is the 31st, but still, even November 1st, it's
No,
still
that's when the veil. That's like the
not
veil is.
kosher.
That's when the veil is the thinnest.
the,
is November 1st.
the day of November 1st.
That is
right.
when the veil is the thinnest.
Okay.
Between 12 and like.
You're getting
6
super
a.m.
traditional.
Well,
This
it's
is American.
It's an Irish holiday, and I try to keep it within the tradition of
Okay.
All
my
I
Asian
know is that,
ancestors.
like,
Fair enough.
if you go outside on November 1st, people can't get their Halloween shit down fast enough. Like retailers, everything. It's
Yeah.
automatically going
Yep.
straight to Christmas. And that's if they don't have it down the week of Halloween.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, just even going outside and breathing that air, it's not like the same thing.
It's actually one of my biggest qualms with the consumer market in America because Christmas completely invades Halloween all the time, and like middle of October, Christmas decorations will be out.
Really? You
And-
see Christmas decorations or
in stores and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Listen,
October?
my friend who runs the Haunted Scare
See it
House in New
now.
Jersey, he has a Christmas tree lighting business. He starts in the middle of October decorating houses for Christmas.
wow,
So
that's a little too soon.
Christmas
for me.
is the number one holiday in America. Halloween is the second.
You mean consumer holiday?
Consumer holidays. And as far as like decorating and stuff, those two things are like always fighting with each other.
You ever tried Christmas Crunch, Captain Crunch?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Can we talk about Fangoria?
Yes,
Yeah.
Please.
Tell us what you do, man.
We're talking about what Will's doing on Halloween.
Sorry.
I'm curious. I'm curious about like what Fangoria's been up to.
We've been up to a few things. Obviously, we've been working on the print side of things. It's a little bit complicated, and there's not many updates to give. We did our last issue with Kevin Smith, and he was sort of the guest editor, and it's a really fantastic issue.
Did you see Yoga Hosers?
Yes, I did. And
how was it?
I dug it more than Tusk. I liked Tusk.
I really
love
liked
Tusk.
For me, Tusk, that last half kind of threw me off. But I think the reason why it kind of threw me off is because it sort of gave you something that you weren't necessarily expecting, like the Johnny Depp, like Guy Lapointe kind of stuff.
They stretched that a little too much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guy like Guy Lapointe.
Guy Lapointe.
There's a Guy Lapointe.
Oh, is he the old guy in that?
He's
in
the
Tusk?
detective.
He's a detective.
Yeah.
And he's
Ah.
back. There's back with more Guy Lapointe.
Yeah, but I think like
He got like Tarantino, like kind of indulgent with that character.
Yeah, he
definitely. But I think with Yoga Hosers, basically it's that, but for like a feature movie. But I think because there's no like first half of like Tusk to like sort of set you up for something differently, you kind of embrace it and you kind of like roll with it, and it's a little bit more chaotic and weird. It's kind of like
It is
the
chaotic.
most expensive full moon movie ever made. So like,
And you
if
got
like
sausage
Puppet
monsters,
Masters-
right?
Well,
yeah.
the movie opens with two 15-year-old girls singing "I'm the Man."
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, I'm kind of into this right now. This is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
What was that one Kevin Smith film that he made?
Jersey Girl.
No, I love Jersey Girl. I do really love that movie. But no, it was with the church people.
Dogma.
Red
Dogma?
State.
Red State.
Red State.
I loved
I
Red
liked
State.
Red State.
I thought Red State was great, and
What
that
an
got
interesting career shift. It was, with a cool
Absolutely.
I don't think Kevin Smith, in my eyes, has ever really made like a bad movie. I've loved him like.
His career has been pretty uneven.
Is it?
Cop Out was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
But that honestly, that's not
apparently-
really like a Kevin Smith movie. He was kind of like a hired hand.
No, apparently Bruce Willis really directed
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
if you ask him, I think.
But
that seems like to be the thing, like with Stallone as well, because Cosmatos did Rambo, right? And Stallone really
Yeah.
took over directing
Yeah,
Rambo.
that's like Cosmatos' whole career. Like the same thing happened with Tombstone. Like basically.
oh
he
right,
didn't
the
direct,
Kurt
but
Russell
Kurt
directed that.
Oh, he ghost directed it, yeah?
so like.
Yeah.
So what
I
happens?
still
to
love
Cos-
all Cosmatos movies, though. Fuck
Oh
it,
yeah, they're
man.
phenomenal.
I like
Leviathan.
his
Did
his,
Peter Weller direct Leviathan?
his son's movie. His son's movie is phenomenal.
What's his son's movie?
Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Oh,
right.
you love
One
that
of my
movie.
favorites.
I love that movie. That movie.
You love
is
the
phenomenal.
soundtrack. You love the.
It's like a really long music video.
Can you explain that movie?
Yeah, it's from what I understand from the film, it's about fascism and accepting a fascist state of thought and reasoning, and that's why it happens. It happens in 1983. It takes place in 1983, because the year after that would be 1984, and it's about drugs. So it's got this Brave New World, Aldous Huxley kind of feel to it. And it's basically just about a prison state and how one prison is one thing, and then when she finally gets out of that one prison at the end, the main character, the protagonist, she ends up in another prison, which is a suburban area, and everyone's just inside, and there's just glowing TVs inside of windows and stuff.
So you're saying my 13-year-old niece should check this out?
Yeah, I think your 13-year-old niece would really appreciate it. I mean, have you seen Beyond the Black
I saw
Rainbow?
it in the theaters actually.
Oh, you lucky
Yeah,
dog.
dug it.
Because like that, I can only imagine what that's like on a giant screen.
The thing is, I'm not as hot on it. I think there's a lot of potential with it. I think it looks gorgeous, sounds gorgeous. I think the fact that they don't really commit to a certain narrative structure kind of hurts it. But in a way, like, looking back at it, it's almost sort of like a weird, misunderstood stepbrother to something like Stranger Things. Like,
Yeah.
where it's very much so a product of its influences. And but like I just wish I'm a guy who really likes character driven movies. I love character like that. I really didn't dig It Follows because there's not really a character to latch onto. But like you give me a good horror movie with a good character and I'm all in. And I think there's such a good character at the heart of Beyond the Black Rainbow, but I don't think she gets a good enough story, a good enough payoff, or a good enough expose into it. What there's those like giant like I forget the name of them, like something Monots or something like that.
Sentient.
Sentient, yeah. And like they hype them up so much in the movie, but like when she finally encounters them, it's just like this thing in a room that's just standing still and she's able to walk by it. Whereas like if you were to put like some action in there, or if you were to put like a really cool standoff or like a power kind of thing, I think that would have elevated the movie like so much more.
I agree with you.
Liberating kind of thing.
Take that.
I actually agree with him because I've thought about that. I was like, you know what? If there was going to be one movie I would remake, it would be Beyond the Black Rainbow and make it a little bit more intense and go into that movie more. But
you're thinking remakes?
Well, hold on. Hold on, Will.
I have a question for
Will.
I have a question for
Well,
Ken.
we're like 15 minutes into the show, and we haven't really begun the
10
show
minutes
yet.
worth
So
about
can we put a pin in that?
I was going to get into it.
And then we need Sean to do the boilerplate because the listeners, some
boilerplate,
people might be
Sean.
listening for the first time. But what is the Pitch It Movie
The
podcast?
Pitch It Movie Podcast. Here's what happened this week. As like every week we do the Pitch It Movie Podcast, is that we had a whole week to come up with a movie idea that we have a meeting in about an hour or now 50 minutes
Oh,
with
boy.
Mr. Hollywood, okay? This
Mr.
guy
Hollywood.
runs the business. He runs Hollywood. He makes or breaks you, okay? We've done a lot of pitches for him. We've done some hits. We've done some misses. We have a few minutes to come up with a movie pitch right now before we head upstairs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea what the hell we're going to come up
And
with.
Mr. Hollywood likes his pitches to go from beginning to end.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, we got to come up with the whole thing right now. We don't have an idea. We got to come up with it from top to bottom, from soup to nuts, now, okay? And we have no idea.
It's very demanding.
That's why we called in the big guns. Ken, you got to help us come up with something. It's Halloween, okay? What the hell are we gonna do, man? I mean, we got nothing.
We need a good spooky movie. There
well,
hasn't been a good spooky
you were
movie.
talking about Ken. You were saying that how you like your horror movies with characters. Like you said, It Follows didn't have a character to latch on. I think we should probably create an original like horror character, either a protagonist or antagonist that you could really latch on.
Has there ever been a horror film that is pro-antagonist, where you are following things, you are rooting for the antagonist?
It's like
most
90% of
time.
them.
Are they?
Fuck yeah, because
Like,
you want to
don't
see him.
watch Jason to be like,
Yeah.
oh, Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, you want to see.
Oh my
Victor
God, I always
Crowley,
root for Tommy
rip people
Jarvis.
in
I
half,
don't know
you
why.
No, you want to see him smash somebody in a fucking sleeping bag and
Yeah.
crush their face with his bare hands. Like, yeah, when you're watching a splatter movie or a horror movie, you want to see the most brutality possible.
So do we want to?
You know?
Ken, do you like your horror films more gore oriented, or do you like them?
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I like. That's why I like It Follows, because it's atmospherical.
Well, yeah, because when I was like 12, 13, and I used to subscribe to Fango, I used to get the black bag for years. I'd subscribe to Fangoria. And
Look how excited he is right now when he says
I still got him. I still
He's
got
like
the
a little
black bag,
kid.
and I
He's
still
so
got my old
smiley.
on. It's
Aw,
the
it's
fucking
cute.
Bible for years and years and years. Well, it still is, but it's just it's the icon. Before the internet, that was it, man. That was your lifeline to everything horror. It was that and Gore Zone, Toxic Horror, all those things. Cinefantastique to an extent, but that was all you knew, and you saw pictures of that was the first time you saw Horace Pinker, or the first time you saw fucking Freddy, the new Freddy, it was like that was it, man. That was the front page, boom. And where was I going with this?
You tell us, man.
Fangoria.
Does anyone think that It Follows is just a true
Okay, that was-
remake of
that-
Halloween? Because
that
I
was
feel
it.
like that's what
Yeah,
It Follows
obviously.
is.
But going back
Yeah.
to the point I was going to make was when you're 12 and 13, 14, I think you seek out like the goriest, most extreme splatter.
Yeah,
like
now
most
I can't.
kids
Now
do.
I can't do it. I can't do gore anymore.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Either it's not they're not doing it the right way, the way they used to, like Dead Alive or fucking Dawn of the
splatter
Dead.
punk stuff.
Splatter stuff isn't. I don't know if it's the craft that's failing or if it's our age, our advanced age.
Also,
it's
there's
kinda
so much
boring.
CGI, which kind of like
Yeah, that dulls it.
Well,
Yeah, it dulls it a
so
little
then
bit.
let's ask Ken this: Ken, do you feel like the way horror films went, at least like from what they were, from what we're probably
I have a
used to?
theory, but yeah.
But what about things like Paranormal Activity and stuff? Everything got very supernatural, and now
Which is a great trend.
Well, it's a great trend. But
The Conjuring.
Yeah.
where are good slasher films? I miss the way Halloween used to make me feel.
Slasher.
But there hasn't been like
I
an.
still think there's
Go ahead.
stuff out there. It's just you have to go looking a little bit harder for it. There's a movie I saw last year that was one of my favorite movies from last year called Some Kind of Hate. And basically, it's a very modern type of slasher thing, but it has a supernatural element to it. And basically, it's like this girl who was bullied all these years ago at this like sort of out in the woods rehab camp comes back to sort of like kill the counselors, all the people.
Oh, it's
that
like a
bullied her
revenge
that are
film
now
kind of thing.
counselors.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, her impetus is like, anything she does to herself, she does to her victims. So like, if a guy's trying to run away, she'll cut her own fucking like leg, and here's like.
Oh, she's like a voodoo
She's like a
doll.
Yeah,
walking
sort of like
voodoo
a
doll.
human
Whoa.
voodoo
That's
doll.
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, and it's really
Cool
awesome.
concept.
It gets really gory and fucked up and crazy, but like.
Does she heal or something? Does she have like a
Yeah,
supernatural
well, she's
healing ability?
supernatural, so like, it doesn't
Oh.
matter. But,
That's
like,
so
A
cool.
vengeful spirit.
Yeah.
What's
it's
it called?
Really great. Some Kind of Hate. You
Some
guys
Kind
can
of
find
Hate.
it on Netflix.
That's a
It's
cool
on
name.
Netflix.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna watch Some Kind of Hate tonight.
Yeah.
So going back 10 years, like what top horror? Like one, if you had to pick one.
In the, over
Feature.
the last 10 years.
Last decade, let's say.
Oh man. I would say. It's weird. It always changes. I mean, I can't necessarily pin down one, but I could say a few. Like, I think Green Room is probably one of the best.
Yeah?
Like,
Will and I saw
Rest in
Green
peace,
Room.
Anton Yelkin.
Anton Yelkin.
Yeah.
We saw Green Room at the Nighthawk. It was,
Oh, it was
a great
beautiful.
Because-
experience.
yeah, and for me, the reason why that works so well is because not only does it have characters, but it's a perfect blend between gore and like suspense. Like, there's so much tension leading up to it, but when it pays off with like throats getting ripped out. And, like,
The gore of that movie is so unexpected. The box cutter on the chest, what came out of, to me, I did
Out
not.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's one of the few movies that I've watched, and I was just like, I had to turn my head away
Yeah.
because, like, you know what? I used to be able to take it, but I can't.
Yeah, I get squeamish too.
I
So
can't do it anymore.
realistic.
I can't watch Cannibal Holocaust anymore.
No, I can't. Do
Really?
it. I just
you
don't-
love that
No,
movie.
but when I was 20, I was like, fuck yeah, watch it
You
all the
know,
time.
Sean
Now
would
I'm
throw
like,
parties,
can't
and he would
watch
have
it
Cannibal
anymore.
Holocaust
So
playing
that's
all
that's
the time.
kind of interesting. So like when we were all young, and we're still young relatively, we used to be able to be really into gore, and now we can't do it anymore.
Did the
Because it was
world
new.
become too
You know what?
violent,
Maybe
or
it's,
is
it
like-
was.
I can, but I think it's all about the presentation. The reason why it hit so hard in Green Room is because it's sold completely real, and I think there's not enough like crazy over the top. I think the last time studio horror really embraced over the top gore was maybe Cabin in the Woods, and that's because like there's that scene
Yeah.
outside the elevator where like guts are getting ripped
Yeah.
out and everything, but it's played like very over the top, very playful.
I'd say, what was the last Rambo movie too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rambo, wasn't
So
it
that
just
was
called
just Rambo?
time.
John Rambo?
Like, not a horror, but as far as fucking splatter in the theater, and the Evil Dead remake went pretty far.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
there we go. I'll say
Like,
the Evil Dead remake does it really
When you're
well.
talking splatter, like those are probably like the litmus now. I mean,
And now, so like jumping from the remake of Evil Dead to his last film that was in theaters,
Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe, which I really enjoyed no matter what. I didn't care what anyone thought, but that turkey baster scene grossed me the fuck out to the point where I was like, oh my god, that shit's drip. They're showing it drip on the floor.
all right, I gotta see it. I gotta see
Yeah.
it.
It's-
So, hey.
It was
Maybe
actually
I'll see it after
no,
this
but to me that
recording.
was just as bad as gore.
Yeah.
And that really made me very squeamish. Bodily fluids, I just don't want to see anymore. So
There's certain triggers, man. There's certain things.
there's
that
certain
people
triggers.
got,
So
yeah.
what's going to work for this movie then? Like,
What freaks you out the most?
What freaks you
Like,
out?
what's the most
Also,
disgusting
do we
thing
want
that
to?
you can-
There probably hasn't been like an iconic slasher character, other than like what
Yeah.
Victor Crowley and Hatchet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last.
in the
like,
last
attempt.
10 years.
Leslie Vernon.
But
Yeah,
maybe
it was-
we could
Yeah, but
try.
Walter
10
Turner
years
never
ago.
got, like a sequel or anything.
Right.
Which is
It's
sad.
coming.
Like,
It's
incredible.
coming.
Like,
It's
I'm
coming.
not saying it's coming, but
It's
we'll
not coming, man. But Hatchet, they pushed that as far as a franchise can be pushed.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we're actually decent. Like I like 3 too, man. It was good. So
I like number one. Well,
Do we want to
Oh,
come up
yeah.
with? Do we want to
Do we
create
wanna-
a slasher, or do we want to do
iconic
like
slasher?
an
Well,
ambient
here's my
thing?
question. If we're gonna pitch it, okay. So there's a couple of ways we could look at this. One is that we could do something along the lines of like The Guest or something, where you kind of create this quintessential villain that's sort of charming. Or what we could do is maybe like how vested are you guys into not doing a remake or something? Because you
I
mentioned
love
before-
remakes.
You mentioned
We've
before
done.
Horace Pinker, and I think in an age where everybody has cell phones and shit, a Shocker remake would be
Oh,
Whoa.
spirit traveling through phones. But isn't
Sort
that
of,
like
or just
Pulse?
like-
Isn't that something
Dude.
like?
sort of, but like
That's
it's
a
not
good
Horace
idea.
Pinker. It's not Horace Pinker.
Right,
He's
right,
dropping
yeah.
like
What a
that
what
kind
a
of stuff. fucking
fucking awesome villain! What a incredible villain and actor and paired up.
and
that's
Shocker
just-
was not.
but the
that
movie was-
fan praised as a
No,
Wes
it's-
Craven
Oh, no,
film.
but it's so-
No,
but
it's
it is
so
a great
end-
movie.
But
It's
it's
what-
incredibly entertaining.
It's like
but
those all those movies in the 80s
seriously
where
flawed.
you catch it on HBO when it's or
Wait, was Shocker
shown
90s?
over and over. No, it's
No, it's
80s.
80s?
Yeah,
88?
when it's like
Yeah, very late.
it's shown on cable over and over.
I had the
and over
soundtrack,
again.
and I used to
Yeah.
ride my mongoose to summer school, listening to the soundtrack.
No, see, that's a huge part of those movies too, and like you see that now in Stranger Things is like those soundtracks. Like you have to have a really good soundtrack to
The
make.
Clash over and over again.
Well-
Should I stay or should I
No,
go?
I'm talking about the stuff that Survive made, but you could play the Clash all you want to me.
Don't say you want a synth
I'm always gonna go for synth. Are you kidding me?
So
No, but Ken
that was
says
played the
no.
second
But
it
Sean
fucking
is saying that
Stop,
Ken
eat my
we could
butt.
do
How about that?
we could do a remake, a modern day remake of
let's have a
Shocker, which sounds fucking
Let's have
awesome.
let's have a thrash soundtrack. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's have a fucking.
I don't think
soundtrack
thrash
that's
is going.
thrash.
I'm worried about the audience thinking about.
Fuck the audience.
No, because we want to make a successful remake of
You know what?
something.
But we could be influencing the trends right now.
Even if we take the remake idea and push it to the side, I think if we were to do something original or something like that, we have to think about what works best for the story. Like if it's something that's very 80s-esque, then maybe synth might work. But I think you have to be sort of careful with synth because as much as I love synth, and I love synth, when it first started like coming back and things like You're Next and stuff, I was like really into it. But I think it does need to be something where it's used sparingly and when the tone fits.
I think it's a crutch. I think it's like a major selling tool for most things now. And
But
not
most
that it's-
soundtracks are selling tools, Sean. Sometimes.
Well, but I don't know. It's
Unless
it's
you're
almost
like James Horner
It's almost
or
like that's a third of like the appeal of the movie. Like the movie should come first. Like Ken said, the characters should come first. It should be character driven. And what's great about like you have a good villain like a Victor Crowley or a Freddy Krueger or a Horace Pinker, like their motivation is that drives the narrative, you know? And
Well,
like their revenge.
My question for you guys is, what do you want from a horror movie? Because I think that's what will best define this pitch. Is because like, if you want to make something that's like, do you guys like a twist on a known concept? Like, oh, this is something that's never been done with a vampire movie, or do you want something that's more like a straightforward thriller, or like what do you guys want out of your horror movies?
I enjoyed The Conjuring 2 and The Nun. The
Yeah,
Nun.
that scared
love
the
those movies.
shit
That's
out
the
of me.
last.
Fuck
Yeah,
those
I think,
movies.
No, I said I love those
Oh, I
movies,
thought you
man.
said-
Come
said
on.
I think that's the
Pop
last
over
time
that
I
table.
really
No,
got
but-
scared in
but
the theater.
That's what scares me. It's something that happens to a character and they become this supernatural force.
The
and-
character becomes a supernatural force?
whatever it is.
Possession-ish
and
kinda
you
stuff?
learn. No, it becomes like a Horace Pinker. Like it becomes this thing you can't fight. Like it becomes this
And
force.
also, Lights. Was it Lights Out? Lights.
Oh yeah.
yeah, something
that
like
was
that.
a cool.
right, yeah.
That was a cool concept too.
Yeah.
like something that's so
And
vengeful.
they fought it. They fought like you were talking about, like a modern. They fought it with technology.
Yes,
like,
they did.
One guy used his cell phone flashlight to fight off the villain, which was pretty awesome. And I jumped so hard or so high during that movie so many times. I jumped
Was it just
hard.
Jump scares though. That movie
I-
was it just jump?
It was a
scares?
jump scare
It was a
movie,
jump scare
but
movie.
Like the short.
sometimes
It's like
that's
you know what
fun.
you're getting
That's a
into.
fun.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fun
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, like
It's
with
fun to
found
watch
footage
once.
nowadays. You know what you're.
But I think
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
flesh. I think we
That's
should
that's a
something
thing.
more fleshed out than that.
That's a
yeah.
thing I think more people don't think about is shadow people, and that's you know as
Oh,
far
you
as
talk about shadow people all the time.
I see shadow people, and it scares the shit out of me.
I think you're just.
There was a documentary.
You're just short-sighted.
Yeah, I don't think
Short-
it's ever gonna get better than the Nightmare. The Nightmare
Yeah.
of the Shadow People's so good.
Is that a
They did
documentary?
it, Yeah.
It's
Oh.
incredible.
What if we remade an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark into a feature-length film?
Ghastly
What?
Grinner? Get that ghastly grinner
No,
going
there.
on?
Well, which is terrifying, but there was an episode. There was 2 episodes of Are You Afraid that scared the shit out of me. Which was one the pool, the hidden pool with the creature in the pool, and they had to put
didn't-
lye in the pool, and that's when they could see the creature. It was like the skeleton creature, and the shadow people episode when they put the glasses on, they saw into this shadowy world.
Put the glasses on.
Put the fucking glasses.
That's the last time we did a remake. Was They Live Too? we
TOO.
did a They Live Too. They live. They live as well.
I didn't see any of the Are You Afraid of the Darks, by the way. I
Well,
was like
then
30
fine.
years old. By
But
the
listen,
time.
we have to get
I was
on
like
the rails
35.
here. So, what movie
We
are we
do.
coming up with? Because we got to market this appropriately.
I think we should come up with a villain first.
A villain to write the story around.
Yeah, like
So a good
like
origin
like
story, like a Freddy Krueger kind of story, or Jason
vengeful-
Voorhees,
yeah, vengeful
Michael
thing.
Myers-ish kind of stuff, like our favorite 80s archetypes.
You know what? You guys talked about you like characters that like characters that are driven to become supernatural forces or become supernatural forces. I think we should maybe focus that, but I think from what we're talking about, maybe try to find a human element to it. Like maybe don't make it like the ghostly nun or something like that, but like maybe that's like maybe we need like a good fucking werewolf movie.
Oh, you're talking to the right dude right now.
got one, but
Sean's got a werewolf movie that he's
read
working
the
on.
screenplay.
Well,
I've also played a werewolf for 10 years. on the
I'm
Gilligans.
I'm with Ken right now because I love
Werewolves
werewolves,
rule.
and werewolves
Yeah.
are the best monsters, other than the creature from the Black Lagoon, because Dracula's overdone. Frankenstein's monster's too hard.
I love Gilman as well.
Yeah, but the Gillman and the werewolf
they're primal things.
They're
man.
primal and they're underserved. They
Yeah.
are underserved.
And the thing is, with werewolves, like you don't need to see a werewolf. You hear the fucking howl of a
Yeah.
werewolf, and you get chills
That's
every
horrifying.
damn time, man.
Horrifying.
Because you know what's gonna happen if that thing catches up to you. You're going to be shredded to pieces.
Absolutely.
You're gonna fucking be.
I got an idea. So there's a teenager, right?
So you're fucking going to the Teen
He's
Wolf.
on the basketball team.
All right, so I'm
Teenager on the basketball team.
I'm cool. I want to do a werewolf movie.
werewolves. Okay, let's do it, man. Fuck
Okay,
it.
well, I've got two different ideas that we could do for a werewolf one. And
All
I
right.
think they're both kind of unconventional. One is more modern, and one would be a little bit more out of the box. The out of the box one is that it's 1947, and sort of post World War II, things are breaking up, and basically, like, this sort of militant Jewish guy goes down to Argentina to find a Nazi that it's like sort of escaped and like living off in the forest or whatever. Hunts him down, finds out that the guy is now a werewolf. Got attacked by bit by some kind of like Kupalabra or something like that.
So there's an ex-Nazi who got bit by a werewolf.
I
So
love it already.
basically now
I love it
you've
already.
got like this fucking soldier, this trained soldier facing off against this Nazi werewolf in the middle of fucking.
Whoa.
Like,
So they're
it's like
both
Predator.
soldiers. They're
Like,
both.
I was about to say, it's like
I love
Predator.
it. It's
Yeah.
like Predator with
Whoa.
werewolves.
Is this something you
Jews
just
and
came up with now, or you already
Yeah.
have this?
Werewolf.
Oh, you just
Is
came
the
up with this
hunter
now?
Jewish?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
I
sweet.
love this.
I love the way your mind works,
Who
buddy.
do you cast?
You have a beautiful mind.
Because I would say
Beautiful
Michael
werewolf.
Fassbender would be the best German Nazi werewolf.
Werewolf.
But who would you cast?
You know he's Irish, right?
Shut up.
He could be
I know.
any
I think
scary
he's
white.
German, but I
German.
think
His
he's
Fassbender is a
he's-
German name.
Yeah, he's German, but he's got like
By
all
way
these
of
weird,
Ireland.
Like, I think he grew up in Ireland. Or
He could be
something.
any kind of like
Fassbender could be
European dude.
anything he wants
I mean, he played a Jew. He played
That's what his mom
a
told him.
Jew
That's
in
why he's an
X-Men,
actor.
so
with an Irish accent.
with an Irish accent.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But Fassbender could be a cool hunter too. I mean, like
That's
Ooh,
true. But
fucking-
he's already. So he's done.
He's
the
already an
Well,
assassin.
you also have to think like this
with a
guy.
creed.
If they're gonna play a werewolf, they're probably gonna be under makeup. And,
Yeah,
like,
so you
be a
can't-
stuntman
Yeah.
half the time. So
Yeah.
what I
What
would
does your-
say,
what
get a
does-
guy like Willem Dafoe. to
Ooh.
play, like,
Whoa.
the Nazi version, and then
Oh,
he wolfs
shit.
out. He wolfs out,
and then he's
got,
CGI,
like,
or are we
Yeah.
doing practical, or is
practical.
Yeah,
Always
okay.
practical.
It's
So
never
it's-
the same. Like underworld shit is the worst.
So it's
Word.
Van-
They're
There's
not-
a
they're-
new
so
Underworld
They don't
movie
even
coming
look
out.
like werewolves. They look like
cares?
cats. Like they're like very feline-esque in Underworld, which is why I didn't like it. But you know what? My favorite CGI werewolf came from what was that Wes Craven movie? Bitten,
Cursed.
Cursed, yeah.
and
with
and then-
Eisenberg.
That's your favorite werewolf?
no, favorite. Well, no, The Howling will always be my favorite.
Those are
werewolf.
beautiful.
But and American Werewolf in London,
Yes,
of course. But that I liked the Werewolves in Curse because it had a snout.
Cursed, yeah.
They had snouts, and what was the other one that? Oh,
Bad,
Is it Bad
Bad
Moon?
Moon?
Bad
Yeah, Bad
Moon.
Moon is a good. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And that's got that
awesome.
awesome, like, bad CG transformation.
Yeah,
Michael Ferrell.
but it's worth it.
Like a fucking 90s morph scene. Like a fucking. It's beautiful, man.
Like the Michael Jackson
Yeah,
video, black or white.
It's like that. It's like CGI advanced more, but
Yeah.
that movie like take 10 steps back. But it was still hilarious, and it's a fucking cool movie too. It's an Eric Red movie, right? Wasn't that? He's great, man. Yeah. So okay, this is Ken. This is awesome. How do we start?
Well, before we jump on board with this one, let me just tell you the other.
Oh,
idea.
the other one, yeah.
the other idea that we could do in case the studio's like, no, we don't want to do a period thing. We don't want to do that kind of thing. The one thing that I've always lamented is that there's never been a good horror movie that has sports involved. And what I'm thinking,
Here we go.
Beast Ball. We can
Yeah,
do Beast Ball. Mike.
basically a football team goes out to play against this one out game, and they find out after they beat the team that one of them has been bit by a werewolf or something, and now they're facing off, like, these two football teams have to sort of band together to fight off this werewolf. And so you have, like, all these fucking machismo and stuff. But
Holy
the way
shit.
that they're getting their, like, shit handed to them by this werewolf. And then at the same time, like, you could sort of influence, like, the body count is there.
Yeah.
You can just gore it up. 'cause
We
now
do
you
have
like,
we do
two
have
football teams worth of expendable, characters.
we do have HE double hockey sticks, which is our like hockey horror movie.
But
But
directed
there's
by
a
Rob
thing-
Zombie, written by
but there
Kevin
was
Smith.
yeah, but there is not that that's an awesome idea.
No, because
but
the
there's
fact-
there
I
was
love
a
the fact that
during
there's a
our
team.
during our Gooligans time. We came up with a movie idea because of wardrobe. There was like wardrobe for extras, and like we found this
that's
football jacket,
Havasu Nights, right?
a football jacket that said Havasu Nights on it, and there's
This is it.
there's a
Yeah,
lot of
this is it.
there's a lot of downtime, on sets.
Yeah,
And
like hours of makeup and shit. We were sitting.
so
there
we
bullshitting.
came up with this movie which is kind of similar, where like a football
Yeah, this
team
is it.
a football team dies.
No,
right?
here's what happens. Havasu Nights.
And it all became
Just the name.
It all came
Right?
from
The name.
But
No,
but
it
the
is
thing
perfect. This is
the thing
perfect so far.
It's a varsity jacket, and the team is called Havasu Knights. The KNI.
KNI, yeah.
But ours is Havasu Knights with an NI.
Like Baywatch. Baywatch Nights.
Exactly, just like Baywatch Nights. So the football team is the Havasu Knights, but it's the night before like the
big championship game.
football.
Of course.
And it's Lake Havasu. Jesus, what the hell was the story? What were the monsters?
The bus crashes.
The bus crashes. It's kind of like Jeepers Creepers 2.
Oh, I was gonna say with the bus, like,
Yeah,
because
but-
that's
yeah,
a great
yeah.
place. For
What
that
if the
to
bus
happen.
crashes because what Ken said? There's a werewolf on the team.
Yeah, I mean,
and he wreaks
Is
havoc
the werewolf
on the bus.
on the team, or there's just a werewolf?
See, I like the idea that like.
What if the bus driver is a werewolf?
One of the people on the team is a werewolf or something, or
The
something
bus
like that.
driver.
Like,
That's
somebody
what-
from the
Someone they
opposing
didn't
team is a
know.
werewolf.
Oh,
that's what I think. That's what it was that we came up with. They were fighting some nondescript monsters, but it was the football team, versus this supernatural monsters.
Or even something where it's like.
But if they
entire other football team is werewolves, so
Well,
it's like.
oh,
and
and
they
they
show
show
up.
up.
That's
I
they have to
holy
be a pack. They have to be a pack. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
because
I think the bus
pack
crashes
hunters.
or something like that because they're driving like across the state overnight
Yeah.
or something like that. The bus crashes, and I think they got to run into a pack of wild werewolves. But the
and
other
they're-
team will come in later. Maybe the other team will get bit, but
So what if what if one team's werewolves and they're just sabotaging other teams and just winning games because
So it's like Teen Wolf.
they're sabotaging everybody.
It's like the super gory Teen Wolf.
It's like 11 Teen Wolves.
but they try not to like fully
Teen
change.
wolves.
Teen
They
wolves.
try to like almost change. They get a little hairy. It's just like a little supernatural
Yeah.
like
But no,
abilities.
they have their football gear on,
Fully
so they
morph.
just kind of morph through the football helmet.
You see teeth.
Oh.
behind the grills like
Yeah.
So
the tail comes out through the
this
pads.
does this mean-
Football with their mouth.
Yeah.
that shit.
Like terrible fucking Airbud shit.
Guys, I really love this, and there used to be a TV show I grew up watching because in the '90s we had like the best horror television that we probably
Yeah.
ever had. Big Wolf on Campus was a really awesome TV show.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
I never
yeah.
saw
and he was a
that.
football player.
And it had awesome
was a
transformations
cartoon?
and stuff too.
That was a live action show.
It was a good
What?
one. Yeah,
it's
it was
fucking
hilarious.
awesome. It is. An
I
What
did-
the
awesome
hell was in that? There was somebody hilarious in that show.
Oh, computer.
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 Jeeves,
You guys remember,
look up.
like in the '90s, there was like all these fucking shows that spawned out of like the Buffy craze.
Yeah, that's
They're all
yeah.
one of 'em,
They're
Big
yeah.
Wolf
all
on
like
Campus.
Canadian produced.
Yeah.
and they're all like these insane. Like you'd always see the same actors and everything, and they
Yep.
all had the same sort of like shitty production values.
Was
So
it
there
like,
was like that, and there was like Forever Night with like the detective that's a vampire.
Yes, no, I was. That was a good
All
TV
those-
show.
Yeah.
What was I
God.
watching? How could I miss all?
I
I was
don't know how-
watching My Secret Identity with Jerry O'Connell. That's what I was watching.
You're
when
watching, you're watching Beans Baxter.
I was
That's what
watching
you're-
Beans Baxter and My Secret Identity with Jerry O'Connell, where he would fly using
Aerosol cans.
aerosol antiperspirant. And I miss all these good horror shows.
Yeah, you did, dude. I
And-
can't
no,
believe
but
you
you
missed
caught,
did
it.
watch
you caught
Buffy.
Baywatch Nights though.
No, I
Was
watched
Baywatch
regular
Nights horror?
Baywatch.
Dude, it was like supernatural shit. Yeah,
It
was like it was like the B team of Baywatch, but there was like they blended it with X Files.
So at night. So when does
unfucking real.
David Hasselhoff sleep? When he's a life.
Wait, he's in that show too.
No,
in
he's
both
not.
of them?
There's another cast for Baywatch Nights.
Oh, I thought
Mitch
Hasselhoff.
Buchanan like came in I think once or twice.
Mitch Buchanan.
to like tie the
Oh, so-
universes together.
Jesus Christ! I had no idea.
Baywatch.
The Baywatch
universe.
universe.
Bayverse.
All right, guys, listen. We got to get on the
Baywatch
rails. here.
afternoon.
We got to get.
Baywatch noon. I
Baywatch
can't.
afternoon.
You guys,
Gentlemen,
you guys.
it's 2:07. We got to get on the
Baywatch
rails here. So
brunch.
which one
Guys
are we
are
doing?
on my
Nazi
mind.
werewolves? Or are we doing?
They're
like
both
football.
really good ideas.
Because football sounds.
Can we
a
do
lot of-
both?
I like the idea that it's a team has to fight together to fight.
Ken's got to come back to. Okay, let's do the
I like
football
that
one,
team.
but
But
you
you'll
got
have
to
to
come
come back
back
for
and
the
do
Nazi
the
one.
Nazi.
Yeah.
The Nazi fights.
All right. So since
Can
you
we call it Havasu Nights?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an awesome
Yeah.
title.
Finally.
All right, so since there's two parties here that have already had the same thought in some way,
You
it
guys
seems like
have
the
to-
best way to go because there seems to be some sort of synergy going on. So
Yeah, there is.
we're on the rails now, Pete.
But did you just come up with that?
Choo
that
choo.
football
Choo choo.
team?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not gonna like.
No,
We're not gonna like.
for me, I've always been like sports. There should be more horror movies surrounding sports because the natural body counts there. The different ways you can kill people. Like if you're
Yeah.
to do a slasher movie that takes place in like a school gym, you can like kill people with a medicine ball or like a bell weight or like all the things.
Wait.
So
And
yeah,
you got
so-
and you got
yeah.
that like testosterone. You got that teenage testosterone, like fucking aggression.
But I think the wolf thing is completely on the spot here.
All right, so let's go with this.
Let's do it. Does werewolf curse a football team
Yeah.
bus?
Yeah.
Who plays the coach? Who's going to be the hard ass coach?
Oh, jeez. Can it be the coach from Friday Night Lights?
Coach Taylor?
Coach Tyler. What if it's Riggins, who's like of age now to be like a high school football coach?
Jason Street in a wheelchair?
All right, so how
Michael
does,
B. Jordan, who's
how does-
also on Friday Night
Can
Lights.
the coach
You know what I'd
we're
say?
casting right now.
I
We're
think-
casting.
I think
Yeah.
if we were to pitch this, I would say Bryan Cranston as the coach.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You get him to be sort of like this, like Fargo-esque, like sort of like no nonsense, but like super, like shouldn't be like not intimidating at all kind of guy.
Can Aaron Paul
Is
be
it
the
his first-
opposing team's coach?
Yes.
And he's got to call him a bitch
Or no, it's gotta
somewhere.
be the guy. Who's the guy? The
Gus Fring.
yeah, Gus.
Yeah.
Get Gus to be the other coach.
Yeah.
Is this the coach's like first big game? So the pressure's on, right?
No, it's the championship game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
gotta
but
be
it's a new coach though. Like Friday Night Lights, is he a new
No,
coach?
he said Bryan Cranston.
No, is he a new coach?
Yeah,
to the,
I
to
think
the
he should
school?
be like a ne'er do well coach, like one who's
Yeah?
never gotten to the championship before.
Okay,
This
so
is his first
so this is like pressure on like 100%.
Now, Ken, are you a football fan? Do you watch football?
Not necessarily. I follow it when I can. I love to watch it live when I get the chance, but I just really like it. Really is circumstantial. Like I don't like watching it by myself, but like if I can get together with a few people and watch it, it's usually a lot.
Sports does become more fun when there's a group of people, or you get that hive mind mentality with that.
Can we have somebody in a wheelchair, like some kind of
Please.
assistant or something like
It
that?
has to be like the old quarterback who's now like
Yeah.
he's now like the clipboard kid.
Maybe that's Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the
I got
werewolf.
okay, this is what we do. No,
And
no,
he can
he's
walk
not the
when he's a werewolf.
But he gets bitten early in the movie, and you think he's dead, but he comes back, and now because he's got the werewolf
Now
shit,
he
he
can
can walk.
walk.
Ah,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking he was gonna.
And he comes back and saves the team championship.
I was thinking they
right?
were gonna
As
like
a
soup
werewolf.
up the wheelchair like Silver Bullet style, and then kinda,
Corey Haim.
like put blades on the wheels and shit.
Can Busey be a, hey, there's werewolves here.
We could have an awesome like werewolf speech for the last 5 minutes. From
They're playing
Busey, like,
football. This werewolf's on my fantasy football team.
Wait.
I'm
Is
werewolf
Gary
of the day
Busey
pass.
the other coach?
No, Gary Busey, when he's
Busey's-
got to be like the janitor for the
He's the
school.
bus
Oh,
driver.
no, he's
Yeah, he's the bus driver.
Oh
Gary
my God,
Busey's the bus
oh.
driver.
Okay.
And he turns into a werewolf, but they've got like the giant Busey teeth, like the big glass Busey teeth.
Don't you think Busey should be like he should know about the werewolves though? Maybe he's like the dude in the woods.
He's the guy
He's like
who
the grandpa
gives
from the Lost Boys.
he
He's
gives
like,
the
yeah, yeah,
information.
exactly.
about this place, all the damn vampires.
werewolves.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like I've been warning people. I've been telling them all along. Yeah,
Can he say, actually, what if he's a vampire and he says, I'm a vampire with a day pass?
That's the reveal. That's the reveal in the end that he's the fucking vampire.
He's a vampire with a day
this,
pass.
this vampire and werewolf fight has been going on for ages.
Oh, so it's Underworld?
No, it's not.
Oh,
Underworld.
God.
Fuck those
At the
Underworld
ending
movies.
where it turns out to be a vampire, it all of a sudden becomes like a 90s horror movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that
exactly.
like how every 90s
like, oh,
horror movie
he's a-
ended? It was like,
And there's a
oh,
homecoming
Liam Safety.
dance.
Oh no, he's a vampire.
and there's a rap song over the end credits.
Yeah. But it's not a
mean,
famous
all right,
rapper.
people
It's
on
a
the
generic
So we got-
rapper.
So we
Werewolf
have
fight tonight.
a team that's going to
Werewolf
another
fight tonight.
state to play a football game, and they run past werewolves, or werewolves knock
Here's
their bus
the
off
idea.
the road.
Where do you want this to happen? Because like if the bus, I kind of like the idea of the bus breaking down near the school, so then you can return to the school. Because I always
Yeah.
love horror movies that take places on
So-
schools.
I love
so we
that.
get like the
campuses or something.
faculty
Like,
type
a
of thing.
campus would be great, like
Yeah.
a college campus or something. Because then you can use like all the different locations on a campus for cool stuff, and then you can have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the eventual. Like,
Does this take place all in
sort
one
of like-
night?
yeah, of course.
Oh, it's the Havasu
It's the
Night.
Nights.
Yeah,
so it
Havasu
has to be a night.
Night. Nighttime.
What year does this take place?
99.
I kind of like the 90s.
Yeah,
They
because
don't
that
take it
was
back to the
actually the
90s
90s was like the
96.
biggest time for football movies, from what I
Varsity
remember.
Blues.
Thank
Yep.
Varsity
The
Blues for that.
faculty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the faculty was great. That's still such an underserved.
That's what it'll kind of
Sci-fi
come back
horror
to is
film.
the faculty.
Friday
like,
Night
when
Lights.
they're fighting in the
Was
school.
that in the
kinda.
90s? No.
no, Friday
that
Night Light
was
wasn't
the
the
2000s.
90s.
Early 2000s.
But that's okay because the spillover is still there from like the
Spillover.
late 90s to the early because like there's like the
Spillover.
late 80s into the 90s there was spillover,
Mhm.
so people were still getting adjusted. The 90s hadn't become the 90s yet. 95 is when the 90s became the 90s.
I'd argue 2005 is when the 90s became the 90s.
You think so?
It usually takes 5 years to
you have a few
define a
steps-
decade.
Yeah, you have a few steps out of the decade, so we're like,
All right, so
that
we
wasn't
got
so bad.
We
was
got
it?
so where is the school? Middle America? Is it?
It definitely has to be Middle America, and I think
It's
has
Lake
to be
Havasu.
like
That's in Utah, right? Isn't it?
Utah works.
Where's Lake
Are
Havasu?
they Mormon werewolves?
Johnny Utah. Computer.
Is it Arizona?
Where's
Hold on
Lake
a second.
Havasu?
But I think it should be like the movie should take place around like because the thing is, you can't have like werewolves just running around a campus without people finding out. So it's got to be something where it's like right before Christmas break or Thanksgiving break where there's nobody on campus. So there's the game, everybody leaves to go home for their stuff, but there's nobody on campus. So then when it breaks down, we can sort of like do this thing where like it's not like they're navigating through crowds or anything. Like they can like sort of like
it's a deserted campus, so they can have the run of it, kind of. And now, could it be college ball?
I think it should be college ball.
All right, college ball it is.
I mean, like, it always sucks to see, like, 20-year-olds and, like, guys in their, like, early 30s playing teenagers in movies.
Right.
So if you at least go for college, you could sort of get away with people playing, like, 22.
So we have 40-year-olds playing 20-year-olds instead of
exactly.
30-year-olds playing teenagers. All right, perfect.
All right, so
Zac Efron.
Vin Diesel.
Yes, no,
quarterback.
that's not a bad idea.
We're family.
Vin Diesel.
The werewolf.
Vin Diesel was already in it.
We're a pack. It's all about the pack.
Vin Diesel just played a cat, so he can't play it.
That's true. We can't make
we
him.
just had him as a cat.
Yeah, we made him a cat.
Catastrophe.
I just love that, like, he's a 50-year-old man. He's, like, doing triple X3. And he's, like, on a skateboard.
Dude, and he's
came
fucking
back to
skiing
Triple
in the fucking forest. Did you see that trailer for?
Dude,
Oh my god!
Imagine a 50-year-old person that you know, like just trying to skateboard in general, and now imagine them trying to skateboard on a bus.
Yeah. CGI.
I am gonna see that movie though, because that is
Good
just
for you.
ridiculous.
I do want to see Vin Diesel and Ice Cube as like a quadruple X, where they're both together.
Sextuple X.
Yeah,
All right.
UXXX.
Back on the rails, boys. Back on the rails.
We're both
All right.
XXX.
So
Gotta give us new names.
2X.
So keep going with this plot here. So the bus breaks down. Now, why does the bus break down? Does it have to do with werewolves that the bus breaks down?
Somebody fucked with the bus to feed the werewolves. There's a fucking traitor in the midst.
Okay, what if it's the
Okay.
other school and what if it's the other team and they know the group that's going to this like that gets broken down? What if they were at a rest stop and then the other team shows up? They fuck with the engine, breaks down. They plan this whole thing out, and they turn out to be the werewolves.
I think it's got to be like somebody cuts the gas line or
Yeah,
something.
I
Then
think-
they can
yeah,
get a decent amount away before their gas runs.
I think it needs to be somebody in the team, so you have that Burke character in like an Aliens. You have that person who's at odds with the rest of the team, and they're like, "You fucking traitor," and he's stuck in there, but he has to survive. But he's got nobody's got his back. Nobody's gonna help him survive. He's on his own.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Dog Soldiers?
Yes.
I love it.
I think
That's
one of
great.
the best
Yeah,
things about Dog Soldiers is that, you know, there is that traitor in the midst and they don't really give it up till the end.
That's
I
it. Yeah.
love that idea.
do
I think
that.
what it should be is like maybe one of the cheerleaders or something.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a twist.
Either that or like the water boy who always gets
Yeah.
everybody shit,
It's got to be a minor character. Yeah.
The water boy.
or the running back or
The
something.
cheerleaders have to be in there. They need to be in like their
Yes.
own like SUV in the back. Like, are they on the bus with everybody else? Do they ride on the
know.
bus?
No, they ride. I think they ride on the
Do
bus.
they?
I think.
Really?
Well, it's a fucking movie. Who cares? No one's gonna watch
Exactly.
it.
Fine.
No,
It's
like,
fucking
do they
werewolves
fit on a
running
bus?
around. What are you getting all technical for?
I don't know.
Plus, you can put them on the bus and be like budget cuts, and there you go.
Yeah,
okay,
and that,
fine.
you
They're all
need
on the
that
same
eye
bus.
candy. You need like the douchebag football players to be like groping the girls and like, oh my god, stop.
Yeah, like the worst possible time.
Yeah,
too, like,
of course, like the worst possible time.
You know who's all got to be the good, like the best character to be the traitor is always the assistant coach, the guy who wants the other coaches.
Yeah. So then make
So,
him
like, basically, like,
him.
he'll kill off everybody, like to get a job at this other school.
Maybe he sabotaged the coach, and maybe he
And the
fucked
team.
with the bus to blame it on the coach.
Yeah.
But it inadvertently he
It
fucking
backfires.
trapped them into the werewolf
traps
fucking
all of
pack.
them, right?
And
Yeah.
then you could get
Yeah.
like a really good sort of like actor that doesn't have to play like a teenager or play like a guy in their early 20s to be like this weaselly
Yeah.
sort of like
Like the
traitor
dude from
character.
Green Mile, like the guy who fucking the what was his name? in
I was
Green
gonna say
Mile?
Justin Long. Would
I
actually
love Justin
would
Long.
be a good assistant coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I would only
Is he
be,
too comedic
I think
actor?
You
he's
need
kinda
him
like-
to be that. He needs
Oh,
to be
you
that
need
douchey.
someone to like, yeah.
But look at Paul Reiser was so amazing. Like you never expected him to be so good in Aliens. and
That's
was, like,
true.
I also
Best,
think it should
like,
be somebody that like never gets that opportunity, like somebody who always plays like good
Yeah.
guy
well, Justin
characters.
Long was in Jeepers Creepers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Which
So
is
he's used to
very
buses,
similar. Very
or
similar.
at least
He's
warning,
used to buses, yeah.
At least
he
warning
wasn't in
people
two, though,
about.
was he?
Yeah,
He
no,
has-
he's a cameo in two.
yeah.
He's running.
Oh,
his,
really?
He's like,
Vision,
turn
yeah.
Oh, okay,
back.
I thought he
His
got
skin
killed
was
at
just
the
running
end of
his-
the first
Yeah,
one.
He does,
He's like,
but
he's
he's-
like a hallucination.
Oh, okay.
He's warning the other girl.
That's weird.
Yeah, but it's cool. I feel so bad for him in Jeepers Creepers because that
reminds me of the Velociraptor talking in Jurassic
Alan.
Park. Jurassic Park 3.
Oh
Why is this Velociraptor
Lowest
talking?
moment of the series, is
Yeah.
that except for the whole Jurassic World.
Oh, I love Jurassic
They're all
World.
bad movies.
Jurassic Park.
It's shit.
I think
No.
Sam Neill as the assistant coach. This guy's been passed over his whole life.
Yes.
So an older dude,
Yeah.
Yes.
Sam Neill rocks, man.
No, he's amazing. Psycho Sam Neill, absolutely.
Psycho Sam
That's
Neill.
what they call him. Psycho Sam Neill. It's his nickname.
Cool.
Yeah.
He
Either
always
that or like him as the other coach would be the best. Like
Yeah, the
him
opposing
as, like,
coach.
the werewolf coach.
Not Billy Bob Thornton.
No, not Billy Bob.
Okay. So eventually, do the two teams have to play the game? Obviously.
Well, you
they
play
do,
the
right?
game at the top of the movie, like that. This all takes place after the game.
Oh, it does.
Either
Okay,
that, or it has to take place because I don't know what game normally.
know because
Here's the thing: I just don't know any football games where it's like we're driving in the night before.
yeah,
it would have to be
that's
like.
true. Right.
Oh,
what if-
they're leaving the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to be leaving the. Well, I'm
Timeline.
just I think we're gonna miss a huge opportunity for a massacre scene to happen at a stadium with 12 or 15 werewolves showing up and
That's
just eating.
pretty
maybe
dope.
maybe this whole fight will lead to the field. You know. And
What
they-
do you think?
know?
Because I would love to see
let's settle this.
pack of fucking werewolves just enter a football
Maybe they
stadium
hit
and
The
start
final
ripping
stand should
people
be at the
apart.
stadium. Like
Yeah,
what it should
yeah,
be
yeah.
is like.
but it's got to be like some kind of
Well,
fucking
yeah.
The
They
bus
still have to
drive.
win the game
The
while
bus
the
drive could be
werewolves are
another team
Could be a
coming
Coliseum
driving
fight.
into Havasu.
Arena football.
So the
Yeah.
other teams are arriving the night before. So that's where the bus accident could happen, right?
See, what I think is it should be the game. It should start off with the game, so then you can establish the characters, like the relationships between everyone. That takes maybe the first 20 minutes. Then they're driving, bus breaks down, they find the line was cut by something.
Mm-hmm.
Then the werewolves descend upon them. You have that. You play that out for about 25, 30 minutes, and then you bring everything back to the campus. And then last stand on the campus, and that's where the rest of the movie takes place. And then maybe the last 15 minutes is back on the field at the stadium. You can maybe have some residual people there or something like that could get torn apart. But if you do it where the stands are loaded, it's just gonna be
No, it's
gonna
way
feel
too
like
silly.
the fucking the party scene at the end of Nightmare 2.
Oh.
Where, Freddy comes out.
Right,
"Ah!"
yeah. People are just zigzag running everywhere and running.
He's
into
throwing
shit.
fucking tables at
and,
people.
and Freddy's everywhere, burning bushes.
Yeah, and he's
fucking-
not even attacking everybody. He's just get out of here.
He's like that. He's like the dad that came home to the party. He's like, get out of my yard.
Yeah.
He's really
Who
doing
broke
that.
my lawn chair?
That scene is fucking amazing, though. It's completely.
Dude, that is the worst Nightmare on Elm Street.
no way.
It's awful.
That's like the fourth best.
no.
Yeah, it is.
Dream Warriors. the best.
4 is the best. 3
Was-
is
that,
second.
that's Dream Child.
Dream Master.
Dream
Is
Master
there a
is the best.
Fangoria list
Come on.
of best Nightmare on Elm Streets?
I don't know.
Don't side rail this.
It would be
Pete.
3. It would be 3.
You're already side
Shut
railing
up,
it right
son.
now.
Shut up, Pete.
The thing is, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, for the most part, is not very good. There's some good ones in there. Original Nightmare is great. 3 is great. New
4.
Nightmare is great. And 4 has its moments.
4 has
But,
some of the worst acting, but
It does,
it's
but
got
it
the
also
best
has
action and
Freddy
the-
putting on the glasses, which for all as
Yeah, yeah,
stupid
yeah.
as it is so much fun to watch. And also the scene where she's trying to break out of the nightmare and it just keeps on going in a loop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Her running back to the
That is
front
actually-
every time.
that scene is great.
By the Crave Inn Diner.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, funny.
Damn it.
It's fucking. I love
Rest
that one
in
the most.
peace, Wes Craven.
All right,
It's
so
genius. But back
gang,
to,
guys, for Havasu, who's we did some casting, but who's directing this?
Who is directing?
Who
Victor
di-
Salva.
No.
I'm kidding.
Provide him a young boy.
Get him out of jail and get.
Oh no!
Bring me a ball.
just put a boy on a stick on a string and just drag it along.
Oh, it's terrible. We
He'll
should be making
direct.
fun of pedophilia.
We shouldn't be making fun of.
We should not be making.
Should we be shaming pedophiles?
Yes, we should.
Okay, good. Let's do
Absolutely.
Okay.
that. Back to our.
So wait, who
football
is-
werewolf?
What style?
would
What
be a
style
good-
of movie would
See,
this
for
be?
me,
Sam
Think
Raimi.
of tone first. Think of
Ooh.
tone.
Sam Raimi.
Would do it
Raimi.
too good. Here's the thing. I don't
He'd
want
do
to
it
get
too
a
good.
master. I don't want to get a master, a
yeah.
known guy like a Carpenter or something like that, because they're gonna half-ass it. They're
Right,
at this point
right.
in their career where they just don't.
Would Raimi half-ass this?
So I mean, I dug Drag Me to Hell, but I
Love
think
that
like
Love
movie.
Drag Me to Hell.
Too much fucking CGI. I want this to be practical. I want the splatter to be practical.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
want to go for something like a Neil Marshall who did.
Oh,
Ghost.
shit.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a good choice.
Or the guy who did Green Room, like Jeremy Saulnier. I think he'd be great.
That's great.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I
you
think you
mentioned
might
the-
make that too serious, though. This has a little. It's a
Yeah,
little
there needs to
campy.
be-
You know what?
There
It's
needs
a little
to be
camp.
some humor.
You mentioned the guest. Who's the?
Oh,
is-
Wingard.
Wingard. Yeah,
Oh, he's
Wingard,
doing.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
he doing
Yeah.
Blair Witch or?
Yeah.
He
He's
just
doing
did
Blair Witch,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like tonally, like the guest would be kind of like where it had.
What
this,
about
it had this
Nicholas
really
Winding Refn?
deep streak of.
No.
this-
No?
I like Refn, but like
No.
he needs to take a break.
Yeah,
He's
The
too-
thing
he's
is,
too
like,
art
here's
house,
the thing with
man.
here's
This
the thing
is-
with
this is
Refn
popcorn.
is like Drive is so fantastic, and then like but like now he's like everybody loves Drive. Fine, I'll never make Drive again. And so like
I'll
now
never
he
make a
keeps
movie that
making-
makes sense
yeah,
anymore.
So now he keeps
If he makes a
making,
sequel,
like,
I hope he
these
names it
art
Drive
house movies
again.
that are just like, ugh,
He's too
Drove.
art house. It's
fucking boring.
I think
I
Wingard
dug Only
is-
God Forgives, but Neon Demon was fucking boring.
I loved
to me,
Neon
it's the
Demon.
reverse. I cannot watch Only God Forgives. That's like unwatchable to me.
But I love Neon Demon.
I did like Neon. Demon.
I really did.
Well, it also helps when there's two girls showering.
No, it wasn't
blood
even
off
that,
themselves.
because-
Yeah, but
like,
you can
I-
watch porn.
Yeah, you could watch porn, but like
What's
I
on
could,
line?
but I
what made
don't.
Neon Demon fun for me was it's like I really love Suspiria, and that was really like
did
that
have a
was
Suspiria.
Suspiria.
There's one Suspiria sequence. Okay, the house at the end and her hearing the other apartment getting broken into. Those are like the great scenes in otherwise like a 2-hour movie
Yeah,
that ends with like a
but
shot of
Keanu
a
Reeves was
beach.
great in it.
Keanu Reeves is just a
Keanu's
creep.
great, but Keanu's great in everything.
He needs his own Refn movie.
Isn't that weird that we could now say Keanu's great in everything,
Keanu's
but like
always
20
been
years
great.
ago, it's like Keanu's only good in Bill and Ted's,
Yeah.
and now he's like
I've-
great in everything.
He's amazing in everything.
I've always been pro Keanu.
Yeah.
Everything.
Thing
So is Keanu Reeves in this movie?
Oh, he was Johnny
What?
Utah.
Keanu-
He was
Keanu
Johnny
has
Utah.
To be the assistant coach.
Yeah.
The trader.
Yes!
You wouldn't suspect.
What if he's like the
Because you
quarterback
wouldn't.
coach? Because he is Johnny Utah.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe like Cranston got the job because he's the better coach, but this guy's been like he was the quarterback. He hasn't left his hometown.
Yeah.
He thinks that he deserves.
Okay,
And
then
that's Keanu.
Keanu Reeves
So we're talking about Keanu Reeves. What about Eli Roth
as the director.
directing?
Oh no, it's
No?
not.
No.
not there.
No.
He can't do dialogue for his life.
He can't, and he's so clunky with like the tone. His
I thought
tone
Green
is-
Inferno was
And
pretty
I-
good.
I
Which one?
dig Eli.
Green
I love,
Inferno?
I
Green
love
Inferno.
Cabin Fever. I think a lot of his movies have their ups and downs, but the thing is, I just think at this moment, I don't think his heart would be into something like this. I think what you need
I
is a
think-
guy who still has something to prove.
Yeah.
And like could
He's-
handle doing the action and sort of understanding what the movie is without like going too heavy into humor and too heavy into
And I think
like,
that's why
straightforward
Wingard, because the tone of Your Next and the guest are kind
Well,
of perfect
okay.
with this.
Yeah, I think
and besides,
Wingard-
Eli Roth gets excluded because of the weed scene in Green Inferno. He gets excluded out of most things.
Well,
for
well,
that.
okay.
I'm
You
sorry.
said someone who's not established, but one more suggestion. What about Robert Rodriguez?
I
The
think he
Faculty,
doesn't
is
care
it-
anymore either.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the new Sin City?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
last machete. Yeah, he's done.
He's done?
Stick a fork in him.
Oh,
He's-
no.
his heart is.
I hope he's
his
not
heart
listening to
died.
this. I do love Robert Rodriguez.
I love him too.
He's
I
a
think-
fucking
I think-
hero.
you know what
He's
he
a
needs
hero.
to do?
He's an icon.
I think
He's a
at
legend.
This point, you should just become like a producer and
Yeah.
shepherd.
Yeah.
Like because like he's so good, but like his best work was done when he was doing everything on set.
Yes,
He doesn't
yes.
do that
Right.
anymore.
Well-
Now he exclusively directs.
Right.
And I think that sort of hurts his cred.
He's got to be the guy
Yeah.
shooting, steady camming, cutting, scoring.
Doing the score.
Could the director of this be the guy who remade Evil Dead, Fidel Alvarez? Right?
Fede
That's-
Alvarez, I think he
He's
could do
great,
it.
but that's really serious. His tone
Yeah, I
is
think
very
But you know,
serious.
you could have that serious stuff, and you could still have humor in there. It's
You don't
not
like Wingard? You don't like? Wingard?
I do like Wingard. Let's do
All right,
Wingard.
all right,
Yeah.
Winger it is.
Yeah.
We got to get back on the rails, though.
Well, yeah, we're trying to cast a.
We cast the
director.
We got the director.
Okay.
Who wrote it though?
Who wrote this?
Did Ken write it?
written
He
by
wrote
yeah.
Why not?
Are we
Yeah.
gonna? Are we allowed to
Eli?
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
He's like, I
Who-
pretty
I
much
mean,
already
like,
did.
Who are we gonna get? Fucking Robert Town, going from Chinatown
Yeah.
to the werewolf football movie.
To Havasu Nights.
All right, so Robert Town it is. And,
Is he
forget
still
it,
alive?
Just Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
It's
Oscar winner.
Chinatown.
This is Havasu Nights. This is
Forget
Havasu.
it, Jake.
Can we get Jack Nicholson in here?
Oh, because he was a werewolf.
Yeah, he was
He
a wolf.
was. Jack Nicholson makes a
We're
cameo.
doing the wolf cinematic universe.
And Leonardo
Tying it all
DiCaprio's there as the
together.
Wolf of Wall Street to give everybody
Oh
tips.
shit!
How much time we got?
We have literally minutes.
We have, let's say, about 10 minutes before we have to meet with Captain
Okay,
Hollywood.
good. So we have the thing until we run afoul the pack of werewolves. The bus breaks down, and our central characters. Do we have even time to flesh them out right now? I mean, the quarterback.
They're werewolf fodder.
I know, are they just body count 1, 2, 3
Well,
body? You know, it's
there's
like,
it's got to be like.
Maybe this whole thing's just about the coaches and the team's really irrelevant.
Well, I think the team has to like sort of come into play in some way. I mean, like, of course, there's going to be a lot of cannon fodder just because it's the size of the teams. But I think, like, of course, the quarterback is going to be a character. Although, what I think we should do, get that quarterback, like, kill him off fairly quickly. So it's sort of like the kill you don't see coming.
Yeah.
Like, he's the strategy guy.
So-
He's the
so
one
we'll-
they coordinate to go
we'll
after
do the
first.
we'll do the feast thing where he's like, I'm the guy who's gonna save you,
Yeah.
and then he's
Yeah,
fucking dead.
that's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we do that,
Okay.
and then that way the wheelchair quarterback can come back and be the
Yes.
saving grace at the end.
No, it should be like
Yeah.
they're stuck there, and like the wheelchair, the disabled quarterback has all the best plays. He's got the best strategy, but he can't walk. So what they do is they take a dead werewolf and they bite him with the fucking werewolf head.
Can we do have some kind
and
of?
then they fucking
ahead.
wait for him to change. I don't know. Maybe we can make that rule.
Does it
you know?
matter?
Can we like infuse him with the blood or something
I
like
think
that?
what it has to be is like you have to think he goes out quick. Like maybe something where it's
The quarterback?
Like,
Or the wheelchair?
one. Because maybe it's like something like
Street.
they're on the bus and they're like, we got to get off the bus, but we can't bring him. He's gonna slow
Oh,
us
no.
down.
Right, he's
a
So-
Franklin,
So
yeah.
you think they're gonna like kill him, but like, and maybe he
He's
does get attacked or
Franklin.
something. Maybe he does get attacked or something. But you realize like they didn't kill him, they didn't finish him off, and that way when he comes back at the end, it's like, oh shit, he's come back to save everyone.
It's gonna be an
Nice.
awesome reveal where like you see the chair is empty, and
Yeah.
then you see the fucking like
They
Can-
Or
think
like
he's
something
dead.
like
Yeah,
the
they-
door's
they-
about to get knocked down, they're getting ready to like
Yes.
siege
And there's
out,
blood everywhere,
and then like
yeah,
he comes through the door
And he saves the-
standing.
he's
and
like
got,
limping a little
fucking
bit.
scars on him.
He's limping
like,
a little
That's
bit, and then he
awesome.
gets his footing. He's like
who's gonna play the wheelchair guy?
Keanu Reeves. No.
Keanu
I
Reeves.
don't know. It'd have to be like one of like the X-Men First Class.
Oh, like the guy who
categories.
played
you'd have to dig
Cyclops.
for the-
Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
Evan
Peters,
Peters.
there
you go.
Evan
Yeah,
Peters
fucking
is the-
awesome.
Can there be, because in the very beginning of the movie, can there be like some kind of modern social commentary where he's in the wheelchair and they're like, "You gotta stand for the national anthem," and he's like, "But I." What are you? So you hate your country? Yeah, you hate your country. You stand during the national anthem, but okay, and he just he falls to the ground. Like it also shows that he's always being shit on, like
Because he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
no-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's
That's true.
he's slowing everybody down.
You don't support the
This
troops,
is a
huh?
movie that's pro handicap.
yeah,
You know?
pro handicap.
It's a pro handicap movie. Don't discriminate against.
We say
handicap.
something at the end of the movie, like support your.
It's a pro handicap movie where at the end of the movie he can walk again.
Total disgrace, yeah, total slap in the face.
Oh, that's okay because it's horror,
It'd
so
be
you
like,
can get away
it'd
with
be like
it.
doing a Time to Kill, but at the end Samuel L. Jackson gets a skin bleach.
Oh
Like,
no! Whoa!
Okay, all right. So what's the
The climax.
What's the main climax?
Well, no, we have Evan Peters comes back and
He comes back. He saves everybody.
He's a werewolf. right?
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So that's the climax.
Well, also,
like-
what happens with the coaches and stuff?
Wait. One thing. They had to have lost the fucking game, okay? And they're in the pits. They're miserable,
You know what?
right?
I think
and
what
this
it's
is
gotta
like
be is that like they want like it's the upset. They won. They didn't expect to win.
don't think
but
so?
they
You
won.
don't-
Because
yeah?
then that gives the other team like a reason to fucking go at them. Like
Oh.
to take
Ah.
it down. Like fuck
Yeah?
these guys. This is not how it should have
you
ended.
don't think it should be like
The
where-
other team are the werewolves, right?
We didn't establish.
the other team is-
Oh, they are the werewolves.
That makes
Okay.
more sense. If they win, they want to get revenge.
As long
on
as we
them.
can, when the werewolf pack shows
As
up,
werewolves.
they're wearing the other jerseys, like so we know. No, I'm kidding. They're
No,
wearing-
because it would be it's really marketable to have like you can make toys like werewolf
You know
has
how
like
you
a
know-
10 on him and it's
Yeah.
just like
You know how you know that they're like the guys from the team, and this is how they find out. Because at first it could just be like a werewolf thing, but then they realize like maybe one of them gets closer, like spies out on them, and sees like a tattoo one of the players. All
Oh.
these guys have
His team
fucking
number?
tattoos now,
Yeah,
so it's like they've all got like tattoos. You're like, oh shit, this is the team.
or
And then like
another way to do that would be like they're watching the wolf pack from afar and that like the wolf pack has like some weird formation going on.
They're huddling.
Like, they're
Oh.
huddling
And
and they're
practicing
planning.
plays.
And they're getting bigger. Like, they're transforming.
And you want to do product placement? You want to do like product tie-ins?
Gatorade and
You have them wearing like Lee jeans, like the werewolf.
Lee
jeans and shit.
Zaza jeans actually. They're wearing Zaza jeans.
Oh, that's right. Because
that's a
guys.
werewolf.
Although, like,
They're
the
all
one good
wearing
thing is,
Under
like,
Armour.
Once they figure it out, that's how like they can sort of use it against them because like maybe from playing them, they knows what their weaknesses are. Like this guy doesn't want to
yeah.
It's like,
They
that's
still
awesome.
play like
yeah,
they do
so-
as humans, but
so
they
they-
just wear super powered now.
Yeah,
what they
and they
do-
run on all fours, right?
What-
Like we're going classic
Yeah.
werewolf.
And the main thing is, since they're going to the opposing team's campus, they got to steal their playbook, right?
And that's how
So
they figure out how to defeat them.
yeah, exactly.
But Cranston
they're
has to-
using they're using the plays.
Cranston has to improvise.
Cranston has to be the sacrifice. He's got to be the
no.
guy. Like Cranston has to be
How
the
about
guy. who's
Keanu?
Like,
Yes. Oh,
No,
he's got to
Keanu-
be.
Oh, like
Keanu-
Godzilla. Like
Keanu's the
Godzilla.
one they find out is the traitor, and like
Oh, no.
he ends up like betraying them again, but they
Oh,
get
yeah.
killed by the
So
other
can
team.
Keanu like try to be the
torn to
voice of
shreds.
reason at a certain point? He's like, no, guys, I want to like. he meets the werewolf team and he's just like, I want to be with you guys, and they fucking rip
no.
them
he's-
apart.
Here's the thing: he's already made a deal with the other team that when Sam Neill retires, he's gonna get his job. He's gonna be the head coach of the
I
top
forgot
team.
Sam Neill was
Yeah.
in this movie.
So basically,
Everyone forgets about Sam Neill.
Keanu's just like trying to play it low, but then they like realize they go through his playbook and they see like some kind of like something that they gave him. Like
He's-
something
oh,
with,
yeah,
like,
yeah, stealing
another
plays.
head on it, and
Keanu
they're like,
gives
oh,
them the
fuck.
playbook.
Oh yeah, he gives the other team the playbook.
So in the end,
And then
Cranston,
they
Cranston
kill
has
Keanu,
to like,
right?
Cranston has to improvise plays.
Yeah.
because he's a great coach. So
Yeah.
they know all our plays, so we gotta. So he's like, he calls the plays out.
And then
As long
as Cranston's is about to be ripped apart by the other werewolf pack, he's just like talking to the main
Avenge
the main
me!
player. It's just like,
Well, it has to
remember
be
what I
like-
taught you.
They have to. What they have to be is like they're back at the stadium now, and they're like trying to navigate their way through it. And like they get to like one hallway, and there's like the running back for the other team. He's like the fastest werewolf of them all. So pretty much like Cranston goes like to save everybody else, he's gonna try to lead them away.
Oh, no.
Like the fucking Jeff Goldblum in like.
Oh my God,
Can we-
yes.
And so, like,
can we set up
And
a
Sam
thing?
Neill says, "I've seen this before."
Can we?
Yes.
They're traveling in herds.
They're like Sam Neill's and like he's like in
He's
like
doing
one of
it wrong.
He's in a golf cart and he's got Bryan Cranston in the back seat. That's great. And there's a werewolf in the side mirror.
no.
Although golf carts don't have side mirrors.
Keanu's taking a shit.
Can we have? Wait. Can we have? Cranston is like he's an old dogged out coach and he can't do plays anymore. He's like his block, right?
now, I think
Until
it's
the
gotta
end.
be-
Until the end when
gotta
he's
be-
forced
gotta
to
be
do
the
it and
coach
he's
that's-
inspired.
I think he's got to be the coach that's never won before, and he
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
wins this game because then he's sort of like dying with his bittersweet, like he got the win he was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll die for his players.
Okay, good.
And his
That's
and his
sweet.
playbook is like old, like it's like it's outdated plays. That's why when
Yeah.
he has to
He has
improvise
to come
and
up with new ones.
new
yeah.
ones on the spot because otherwise his team
This
will
is great.
die.
I love this.
because now it's real live or die. It's
Yeah.
not just fucking glory. It's just
Yeah.
like survival.
Oh man.
And then David Bowie's Heroes will play at the end.
No, it's gonna be "Don't You Forget About Me."
Oh no!
No, we'll take the song from Varsity Blues and
It's
we'll,
gotta be like,
you know,
there's
like
gotta be like two survivors, like one
no.
of the cheerleaders,
We'll
and
take
the
the
other
sm-
quarterback, and like he's missing an arm, and he, like throws the one good arm up. Don't you forget about me?
Oh, when they play it like Foo Fighters, There Goes My Hero plays. When Cranston's like,
Yeah, that's
you got to
what it
do
is.
I-82, or like he's throwing out plays, and then also
No, we'll do Varsity Blues where they remade like all of like the good songs and they made them so shitty. Like Smash Mouth does fucking covers of.
Oh
whatever.
no, Smash Mouth.
oh,
Is,
poor Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth is doing "Don't You Forget
I
About Me."
tried to watch Varsity Blues like a few weeks ago. I don't
tried.
know why, but
I
I
love that
tried to.
movie.
That happened in all like '90s
Oh my
movies,
God.
like. Rather than buy
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rights or something,
Yeah.
they'd get the publishing rights and then be like, let's get Alkaline Trio.
Yeah. They did like ska versions of like 80s songs, like fucking
Can-
like.
On the bus, when they're riding and they're all happy, we just hear "Somebody once told me the world"?
This is the night. This
Oh,
takes
this is
place in
that
the
new
90s,
jam,
though,
but
right?
it's
That's
gotta
new
be
jam.
up.
But it's
Or
gotta
I
be a
Just Wanna
remake.
Fly.
This is the
It's gotta be a
90s.
remake.
Sugar Ray.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
This is a 90s movie, right?
96.
This happens in the year 1996.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear Sugar Ray Fly.
You are going to hear those.
And this-
It has to be
also-
1996 because it's also got to be like pre-cell phone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
cell phone proof, we're internet proof ish. Yeah, so we're okay.
I use
And
Prodigy.
Also, you know,
But like, my question is,
can we have
Are
a
we
scene
going-
Prodigy's
where
on
they're talking
YouTube.
about how much they pay
okay,
for
for the
internet
werewolves,
access?
how traditional are we going to be with the lore? Because can it only be that Silver kills them?
This is
or
important,
can it be that they
yeah.
can die from anything? Because if they could die from anything, we can have a little bit more leeway in terms of how these guys fight the werewolf.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think they should just.
I think the
get killed.
one who truly loves him can
Whoa.
kill. No,
Oh,
I'm kidding.
No, get out of here with fucking Universal Studios shit, you fuck.
Oh no.
By the light of the moon.
Oh.
Oh god.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think they have to blow them up to pieces.
Yeah.
It can't be like Monster Squad where it's like.
Well,
it's
maybe
gonna
maybe
split
one of the
back
football
together.
They could
players,
dog soldier
maybe
them.
one of the football players
Dog
is
soldiers
also
stuff, yeah.
like into chemistry and shit. They go to the chem lab. And
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
that's,
building,
there's a
like,
nerdy player.
Yeah, and
Elijah
and
Wood.
he's the one
Acid
that's like
mix.
he's like, yeah, I'm a football player, but I really want to be. I
Love
want to work
science,
for
man.
NASA. You know, he wants to be a
Like
scientist.
he's only doing it to get like the scholarships and shit.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then there's the band one. There's the band geek who like
Yep,
like
who just wants to fit in. And there's the gay player who no one knows about.
right. How does
Right.
he kill a werewolf? They'll kind of have to
Through
be, like,
love,
connected.
through love.
Through love.
Like how bloody
Love
do
is
you
love.
want this to make? Because I would love this if like maybe 2 people survive, like out of this.
Oh yeah, it's a
Ooh.
bloodbath.
This is
man.
Gotta
fun.
get
This
fucking
if you make this
bloodbath.
fun gore, I'm
Absolutely.
with it. If it's
Yeah,
not
of
just
course.
gratuitous for
Yeah.
the sake of being
There
gratuitous
has
and it's
to be
got
like there
narrative
has to
to
be
it.
some bittersweet moments.
There
There
absolute-
some emotion. Like I think
absolutely
like
is.
Cranston sacrificing himself and stuff like that. Like stuff to make it feel. But
Yeah.
I think like should maybe like 2 people plus the wheelchair guy who's now
Yeah.
a werewolf. But like they're okay with him being a werewolf because
And as they're leaving,
And
the
then he
wheelchair.
becomes the mascot for the team at the end of the movie.
Well,
Right?
no. As they're leaving, like they're like, what do we do? Like how does he? And he goes with the pack or something. He goes make his own pack. Like he goes into the woods or
I
something
think
like
he's
that.
got to go back because now he can be a quarterback again.
You think so?
As
yeah?
a werewolf?
I think he should be the
Because now
mascot
he's-
personally. At the end,
It turns into Teen Wolf.
because the team that's getting slaughtered should be like the Timberwolves or something.
what if-
That's the name. That should be because that's a cool juxtaposition that they're being slaughtered by werewolves, but they're the wolves.
What happens if they're fighting the werewolves like Coliseum style in the stadium, right? And
But
the
with
moon
football
goes,
plays.
the moon goes down and the sun comes up, and they're as they're fighting, they're morphing back into people.
Maybe that's their thing. Maybe like their whole thing is like all we have to do is just wait out in the night.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
from dusk till
Basically,
dawn
like-
type of thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
so basically they wait till like the last hour and then they go out on the field and then like basically they're fighting them, but at like they turn and then like
And then it becomes a football game. No.
Okay, we
at
gotta
this point there's got to be like enough like
we gotta saddle up on this
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I know we do.
It's time for our meeting.
It's
That
time for our
boy,
meeting.
Yeah.
That hour just went.
That hour went
Shit.
very quickly. So the name of the movie
our
is
movie-
Havasu Nights.
Havasu Nights.
Havasu Nights.
Yeah.
Directed by.
Mick G.
No, Adam Wingard.
Adam Wingard. Yeah.
All right, written by
Ken.
us.
us.
okay.
Written by
The four of
team
us.
team podcast.
Oh, let's
Team
add
pitch
now
it.
that we own this idea, all of
Yes.
us.
The 4
Ken,
of us.
Pete,
Copyright.
John, Will.
Right.
Yes.
We copyright this. You can't have it. We own it.
It's
Copyright
recorded
trademark.
on this
Whether we
day.
like it or not, we
We're
own
gonna
it.
mail this podcast to ourselves.
Self-addressed stamped envelope to ourselves.
I think that we came up with
So-
a pretty decent.
This is awesome.
Fucking
finish the
fun.
recap there.
Well,
It
we
definitely
came,
feels like an Eric Red movie, which I really dig. Like it feels
Let's
like a
give him
very-
another shot, man.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a very fun throwback to the '90s football sports genre.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need more horror sports, like Ken said.
Yes.
Which
love
is
it.
which is why we had HE double hockey sticks, which is why we had Who's Your Mummy.
Oh
And,
yeah.
Who's your
right.
mummy?
Yeah, yeah.
And don't worry,
Maybe
we'll,
just do a trilogy. I mean,
Ooh,
this is the
The
this
next
is-
one is Tracula. I'm telling you.
Tracula,
The next one.
Swimfin,
Swim fin. That's that's the Gill man is
Yeah.
Olympic swimmer.
Then we have
So this,
Hocus Practice coming out.
Oh,
And
That's
yeah,
right.
We have a
Witch,
bunch of
witch
these.
lawyer.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you.
So
Happy Halloween.
much.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
man.
our
This
Halloween
a
episode.
Shit, everybody be
Happy
safe and have a
Halloween.
great Halloween.
Check your candy.
Check your
Yeah.
candy.
And
Although
wrap
that's just bullshit.
Be sure and put those razor blades in those apples before
Yeah.
you give them out.
In fact, you should just be poisoning people.
And
That's the
tonight,
easiest way because they
tonight-
can't see syringe holes in wrappers. So
Yeah.
that's the best way to do
And
it. Right?
tonight I recommend watching some Gooligans and reading Fangoria.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Ken, do you have anything special coming up or any plans, man, or you writing anything
not
or
at
what?
the moment, man. I mean,
Yeah?
right now, I mean, there's some like. First of all, I want to give a plug to the Haunted Scare House. Can't wait to see what they've got
Thank you.
planned this Halloween season. But otherwise, just I'll be at New York Comic Con. Oh yeah, there's one thing I want to plug. When is this episode coming out?
Halloween.
Halloween. Okay,
October
then never
31st,
mind.
Well, what
Everything
did
has already
happen?
passed by
Today.
then.
What has happened?
Everything has
there
already
was
happened
the,
that you're talking about.
Early October, there's the Philadelphia Unnamed Film Festival, which is run by our friend Madeline. Yeah, that's gonna be a blast. But otherwise, that's already passed like weeks ago. So don't
When is she
worry
coming
about it.
back to the East Coast?
I don't know. Probably, maybe never. She's out in San Fran now.
She's happy out there. I would love to have her on the show.
All right, so we're headed upstairs. Ken, you got to come up with us to Mr. Hollywood.
how can people
and help us with this pitch?
Fangoria.com?
Fangoria.com if you want to see Fango stuff. Fangoria on Facebook, at Fangoria on Twitter. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Movie Guy, I guess.
Nice.
At Movie Guy, I guess, on Twitter. At Sean Q King on Twitter and
I'm Sick Boy Wolfgang
Insta.
on Twitter.
And I'm on the Instagram as enchanter_persuader if you want to look at photos of naked women and houses.
But yeah, you should follow us on our Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
And it's at Pitch It Movie Pod on Twitter and Pitch It Movie Podcast on Instagram.
All right, we're headed upstairs.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
Thank
a lot
you
of
so
fun.
much,
Thank you,
Ken.
Ken.
This was a
Thank you,
blast.
Ken.
I'd love to
Thank
come
you
on
so
again.
much. All right.
You will
enjoy.
come on again for the Nazi werewolf thing because I really want to.
that's a good
establish
idea.
that. That's fun.
Maybe that'll be a prequel or something. Huh?
Cool. Have it.
It's a setup for the wolf pack that's in this movie.
Oh,
baby.
it all links together.
It all has to
cool.
link together
Then
because
it's like,
that's how it
it's
is.
even more sinister because they come from Nazi blood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like that. I like
All right,
that.
we're headed
Thanks,
upstairs.
guys.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Halloween. Be
Bye-bye.
safe. Bye. You've been listening to the Pitch It Movie Podcast. If you like what you've heard, do us a favor and subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or your favorite podcast app.
And please don't forget to leave us a comment too.
Listen and subscribe to the Pitch It Movie Podcast on your favorite podcast app to automatically get the latest episode every week for free.